Have you ever left your garbage sitting in the corner of your kitchen overnight, thinking it's no big deal? What if I told you that this one simple habit could be driving away the angels from your home and inviting forces that no Muslim would ever want near their family? Tonight, we're uncovering the shocking Islamic truth about what happens when you keep trash overnight in your house. This isn't just about cleanliness or bad smells. According to authentic Islamic teachings and the guidance of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, what you're about to discover will completely change how you think about waste in your home forever. From which country are you watching this video? If you're someone who truly loves learning about Islamic wisdom and wants to protect your family according to the Sunnah, make sure to subscribe to this channel right now. Let me tell you the story of Abdullah, a devoted Muslim living in a bustling city. Abdullah was a good man who prayed his 5 daily prayers. But like many of us, he had developed a habit that seemed completely harmless. Every night after dinner, instead of taking out the trash, he would let it sit in his kitchen bin until morning. What's the harm? He thought. I'll just take it out on my way to work. But Abdullah began noticing something strange. His house, which used to feel peaceful and blessed, started feeling different. His children became more irritable and restless at night. His wife complained of disturbing dreams. The atmosphere in their home, once filled with tranquility, now felt heavy and uncomfortable. What Abdullah didn't realize was that his seemingly innocent habit was violating fundamental principles that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had taught us over 14 centuries ago. The truth is, our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, gave us specific guidance about cleanliness and purity that goes far beyond what we might consider basic hygiene. In a hadith recorded by Imam at-Tirmidhi, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Verily Allah is pure and loves purity. He is clean and loves cleanliness." This isn't just about personal hygiene. This is about creating an environment in our homes that attracts divine blessings and repels spiritual harm. But here's where it gets even more serious. According to Islamic teachings, angels of mercy cannot remain in places that are impure or contain filth. When we keep decomposing waste in our homes overnight, we're creating an environment that these blessed beings will avoid. Think about this for a moment. Every night, as you sleep, your home should be a sanctuary where angels can move freely, protecting your family and bringing Allah's blessings. But when trash sits and ferments, releasing odors and attracting insects, it creates an atmosphere that these divine protectors cannot tolerate. You're essentially telling the angels to leave your home unguarded. The scientific reality makes this even more alarming. When organic waste sits overnight, it begins decomposing rapidly, especially in warm climates. This process releases ammonia, hydrogen sulfide, and other compounds that not only smell terrible, but can actually affect your family's health. Bacteria multiply exponentially in these conditions. What started as leftover food becomes a breeding ground for harmful microorganisms that can cause illness. But the spiritual dimension is what should truly concern every believer. In Islamic tradition, we understand that cleanliness, or tahara, is not just about physical purity. It's about creating spiritual conditions that invite Allah's blessings and protection. When we neglect this principle, we're not just being careless with hygiene, we're potentially opening our homes to spiritual influences that we definitely don't want around our families. Let me share what happened to Fatima, a sister who learned this lesson the hard way. Fatima was a busy mother of 3 who often left dishes and food scraps overnight, planning to clean everything in the morning. She started noticing that her youngest child, who had always been a peaceful sleeper, began having nightmares almost every night. Her older children became more argumentative and disobedient. The family's evening prayers, which used to bring such peace, felt rushed and distracted. One day, Fatima's elderly neighbor, a knowledgeable woman who had studied Islamic teachings her whole life, visited and immediately noticed the lingering odors and the general state of the kitchen. She gently explained to Fatima what Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had taught about maintaining purity in our homes. The neighbor shared a powerful hadith from Sahih Muslim where the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Cleanliness is half of faith." That night, Fatima completely cleaned her home, disposed of all waste properly, and made a commitment to never let trash accumulate overnight again. Within just a few days, she noticed an incredible transformation. Her children's behavior improved dramatically, the nightmares stopped, the atmosphere in their home returned to the peaceful, blessed feeling she remembered. It was as if a dark cloud had been lifted from their house. This transformation isn't coincidence. It's the natural result of following divine guidance. When we maintain our homes according to Islamic principles, We create an environment where Allah's blessings can flow freely. The angels can perform their protective duties. Our families experience the peace and tranquility that comes from living in harmony with Allah's commandments. The classical Islamic scholar Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah wrote extensively about the connection between physical cleanliness and spiritual purity. He explained that when we maintain clean, pure environments, we're not just following hygiene rules. We're participating in a form of worship that demonstrates our love for Allah and our desire to live according to His guidance. But there's another dimension to this that most people never consider. In Islamic teachings, we understand that shaytan and his followers are attracted to filthy, impure places. When we keep rotting food and waste in our homes, we're essentially rolling out a welcome mat for these harmful spiritual influences. The great Islamic scholar Sheikh Ibn Baz taught that maintaining cleanliness in our homes is one of our most important defenses against spiritual harm. Consider this authentic hadith from Sahih Bukhari, where Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, instructed us, "When any one of you sleeps, let him shake out his bed 3 times and mention the name of Allah, for he does not know what may have come onto his bed after him." If the Prophet, peace be upon him, was concerned about unseen influences affecting our sleeping areas, how much more concerned should we be about leaving decomposing waste in our homes all night? Now, some people might think this is extreme. They might say, "It's just garbage. What's the big deal?" But this attitude misses the profound wisdom embedded in Islamic teachings. Every aspect of our faith is designed to create optimal conditions for spiritual growth, family harmony, and divine protection. When we dismiss these teachings as minor details, we're missing opportunities to transform our homes into true sanctuaries of faith. Let me tell you about Ahmad, a young professional who used to think exactly this way. Ahmad was successful in his career, prayed regularly, and considered himself a good Muslim. But he lived alone and had developed some careless habits. He would leave takeaway containers, food scraps, and general trash sitting around for days sometimes. His apartment, while expensive and well located, never felt like home. It felt heavy, uncomfortable, almost oppressive. One Friday, Ahmad attended a lecture at his local mosque where the imam spoke about implementing the Sunnah in every aspect of our lives, including home maintenance. The imam quoted a powerful hadith from Sahih Muslim where Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Allah is beautiful and loves beauty." The imam explained that this beauty isn't just about decoration or appearance. It's about creating environments that reflect the purity and perfection of our Creator. That evening, Ahmad went home and looked at his apartment with new eyes. He saw the accumulated waste, the lingering odors, the general state of neglect, and he felt ashamed. He spent the entire weekend deep cleaning every corner of his home, establishing new habits, and committing to never let waste accumulate again. The transformation was immediate and profound. His home became a place of peace where he actually looked forward to praying, reading Quran, and seeking Allah's guidance. This isn't just about individual transformation. The state of our homes affects our entire families and communities. When children grow up in environments that follow Islamic principles of cleanliness and purity, they naturally develop habits that will serve them throughout their lives. They learn that their faith encompasses every detail of daily life, from the highest spiritual practices to the most practical household management. The renowned Islamic scholar Imam an-Nawawi wrote in his commentary on authentic hadith that maintaining cleanliness in our homes is a form of sadaqah, or charitable act, because it benefits not only our own families but everyone who enters our homes. When we create pure, clean environments, we're contributing to the spiritual well-being of our entire community. But here's what makes this even more urgent. In our modern world, we're surrounded by processed foods, chemical preservatives, and artificial ingredients that create particularly harmful waste products when they decompose. The organic waste our ancestors dealt with was often much simpler and less toxic. Today's food waste, combined with packaging materials and chemical residues, creates decomposition processes that are even more harmful to both physical and spiritual health. This means that the guidance Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, gave us 14 centuries ago is even more relevant today. We're dealing with more complex forms of pollution and contamination than previous generations could imagine. Following Islamic principles of immediate waste removal and home purification isn't just traditional practice. It's essential protection for our families in an increasingly toxic world. There's also a powerful lesson here about consistency in worship. Many Muslims are very careful about major acts of worship like prayer, fasting, and pilgrimage, but they neglect the smaller details that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized. The truth is, Islam is a complete way of life. Every action, from how we handle waste to how we maintain our homes, is an opportunity to worship Allah and seek His blessings. The great scholar Sheikh Ibn Taymiyyah taught that the smallest acts of obedience to Islamic principles can have profound spiritual consequences. When we consistently remove waste from our homes before sleeping, we're not just following a hygiene rule. We're demonstrating our commitment to living every aspect of our lives according to divine guidance. Let me share one final story that perfectly illustrates this principle. Zaid was a father of 4 who had always been casual about household cleanliness. His wife would often complain about leaving dishes and trash overnight, but Zaid didn't see it as a religious issue. Then, during Ramadan one year, their local imam gave a series of lectures about implementing the complete Sunnah in their homes. The imam explained that just as we purify ourselves with wudu before prayer, we should purify our homes by removing all sources of impurity before sleep. He quoted the hadith from Sunan ibn Majah, where Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Cleanliness invites faith, and faith leads to paradise." That night, Zaid looked around his home and realized he had been neglecting this fundamental aspect of Islamic living. Zaid implemented an immediate change. Every evening, before the family's final prayers, he made it his personal responsibility to ensure every piece of waste was removed from the house, all dishes were cleaned, and the home was prepared for the night ahead. Within just 1 week, his family noticed an incredible transformation. Their evening prayers became more focused and peaceful. The children slept better and woke up more refreshed. The entire atmosphere of their home improved dramatically. The most amazing part was that Zaid's wife, without knowing about his new commitment, mentioned that she felt like angels were more present in their home. She said the house felt blessed in a way it hadn't before. This is the power of following authentic Islamic guidance. When we align our actions with the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the results go far beyond what we might expect. So tonight, before you go to sleep, take a walk through your home. Look at it through the lens of Islamic teachings. Ask yourself, is this an environment where angels would feel comfortable? Is this a space that reflects the purity and beauty that Allah loves? Is this a home where my family can experience the full blessings that come from following the complete guidance of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him? The choice is entirely yours, but remember this. Every single night that you leave waste in your home, you're potentially choosing temporary convenience over eternal blessings. You're risking the spiritual protection that comes from maintaining a pure, clean environment according to Islamic principles. From this night forward, make it your commitment to follow the complete Sunnah of cleanliness. Remove all waste before sleep. Clean your kitchen and living areas. Create an environment where angels can move freely and blessings can flow abundantly. Transform your home into a true sanctuary of faith where your family experiences the peace, protection, and prosperity that comes from living in complete harmony with Allah's guidance. What small change will you make in your home tonight to honor these Islamic teachings? Share your commitment in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe if this video has opened your eyes to the profound wisdom embedded in every aspect of our beautiful faith.